It's January 5 of 2023 and it's my very first vlog. Hello, my name is Julie Babe, and for today's video, I'm going to share to you my own story and how I switched from corporate employment to freelancing. Let's go. So a little background about me is that I started working when I was 18. I am a nursing undergrad, and I thought of working in a call center company just because I heard that they paid in dollars, which is somehow true, but it's being converted to peso, so medyo hindi totoo. But I tried to apply in 4 different companies, and luckily I got hired by a largest company in Metro Manila. I won't say the name because I'm not sure if it's allowed in YouTube. Let me know. Hindi nagbabasa ng community standard. Gusto mo yun? But I started working when I was 18, and I stayed in the same company for almost a decade. And bago ako napasok sa freelancing, I was an operations manager, and I love what I do. I love the people, and it's the kind of work and environment that I see myself of really staying there. That's, I think, the reason why I stayed there for almost a decade, until I have heard about virtual assistant work and the beauty that it gives you, that you are able to work from home without leaving your room, as long as you have the required equipment, as long as you have the internet, and as long as you have certain skills that the specific client is looking for. So I got really interested, and I started joining some communities. So I think the very first step for me, squad, if you're watching this, is if you're planning to become a remote career employee of yourself, right, is that you have to really find a community not in a level of supporting you yet, because you haven't really find the true reason why you wanted to do it, but at least you're seeing people who's doing it already. You know what I mean? I think it's very important, personally to me, in my experience, that you're seeing people, you know, you kind of be that person in the background seeing their wins, and at the same time the things that they're not proud of sharing, just so you can see both sides of things. And to me, napaka-importante nun as a VA aspirant, because not everything that you see online that's really good up in the clouds is the only thing that's happening sa buhay ng isang freelancer. So it gives you a lot of realization to yourself that, hey, these are the things that are highly likely going to happen to me, in a positive way and in a negative way. And the good thing there is, unfortunately, there are people who would set an example, but you're someone who can prepare for the things that's going to come your way that you don't like to happen, if you know what I mean. So fast forward, I started joining communities back in 2018, and that's the exact year, I think, couple of months that I've been, you know, seeing posts from groups. I highly recommend or Online Filipino Freelancer, and founder is CJ Cajola. Is very positive and a businesswoman that I admire so much. She and the community inspires me to really start doing the things that I really want to start, and I told myself starting that I have to do it, and yun, ngayon ito na siya. But after 2 months, I asked a friend of mine, giving me some information around what is virtual assistant, and she asked me if I can work part-time. I think she asked me if I can work full-time for a client, and ito yung mga desires ko, squad. And this is the rule number 1 if you want to start your VA career, is that you have to really set stone the reason why you wanted to do it. Give yourself a good time to reflect. Ano pa talaga yung mga bagay na gusto mo, at bakit mo kailangang mag-VA or freelance para matupad yung mga bagay na gusto mo? Let me explain that. So if you're like me, I have been working as a call center employee for almost a decade, and one of the dream that I want is to work in the morning. So my shift starts at 10 p.m. and it ends at around 7 o'clock in the morning. And wala lang, personally, I got really tired. I feel like I'm not healthy, and not blaming the work at all. It's me and my discipline that's not discipline at all. But isa sa mga pangarap ko yung magtrabaho ng umaga. I really want to find a job that will let me work in the morning because I feel like I'm just curious. You know, I started working after quitting school, and I was wondering how does it feel like working in the morning. Wala lang, parang ang fresh nila, ganon. Kidding aside, the second thing or reason that I wanted to become a freelancer in a VA that time is number 2, I wanted to work from home. There was a certain thing that happened in our family that really pushes me to become a freelancer. And one of them is when my dad got sick and I realized that I have been working, going home, eat, sleep, going back to work. At yun na lang yung buhay ko. Minsan team building, ganyan. But yun na lang yung buhay ko. So parang feeling ko, I'm interested to know how does it feel like working from home, being with your family. And I'm looking forward na what if I also have my own family in the future and I am able to work from home without leaving my home office if there's any, or bedroom if that's a convenient place for you to work, and you're generating income without really literal being separated with your family. So I got really interested to that, and I've been inspired seeing a lot of people doing the same thing, especially for full-time moms, you know, aspiring full-time mom. And number 3, we have a very big family and personal debt. I'm gonna share some story behind it too, and how it led to another career of mine as a financial advisor. But we have a big debt to pay, and my corporate job cannot pay that while supporting all the necessary things that I need in our family and in life. In my life. So I need to do something to generate income. And I say hell yes to freelancing because I feel like if I can do it without leaving the corporate yet, okay, I'm gonna do it on my free time. Magkano kaya yung kikitain ko? And that's how I started, you know, my curiosity, and it pushes me to start freelancing. So literally I got hired after a couple of weeks of applying. I got a help from a friend to find a client for me, and I was really shocked that when I started, ang unang-unang ginawa ko, I was a general virtual assistant by role, by the way, is that I'm assisting a business owner to do things that he or she doesn't love to do, or he or she needs a little bit of help. And it was so easy for me just because isa sa mga roles and responsibility ko sa corporate world is doing administrative or ad hoc task. Seriously, checking email, communicating, and if you are working in a BPO or call center industry, bet my name on this, you have 3 steps ahead of the game when you started, just because it was so easy for you to communicate in English. And by the way, one of the greatest skill for you to have if you want to start your freelance career is really hone yourself in communicating in English, because that's the number 1 language we use, and number 2, if you sound comfortable and confident and consistent in English, and I think that's the goal for everyone, and that includes me, high likely you will find it easy to find a client, and aka finding a job. So I started working with a client in Australia. So balikan natin yung goal ko. I want to work in the morning. Check! So ang shift ko noon, squads, is 11 a.m. hanggang 2 p.m. yata. Basta 4 hours lang kasi I'm working full-time. And I think my second to the last tip for you is when you plan to work in a client or in a company as a VA, and you cannot commit full-time yet just because you cannot let go of your corporate job, be extremely honest with the client or the company, and never ever overcommit and underdeliver. Isa sa mga lagi ko yung sinasabi sa mga VA squad ko, and I'm being serious right now because it's true, you don't want to die with all the money you gain and hindi ka na makatayo. So sobrang stress mo, ay wala kang tulog, pinabayaan mo na yung sarili mo. So that's not the goal, diba? Hindi tayo pwedeng ang goal lang natin is pumayat, hindi pumanaw. Alam ko yung friend ko, yung joke niya. But, kidding aside, that's true. So, huwag kayong mag-overcommit. You know, I mean, I respect and salute all Filipino VAs who's keeping their corporate job full-time and they have full-time clients and another part-time. You're so good managing it all. I salute you in doing that. But if you're a VA aspirant and you want to start small and get yourself to where you want it to be slowly but surely, because when you try to aim for the highest peak of the mountain, sometimes you discontinue in the middle and you don't want to do it again just because you're exhausted, you're tired, and matter of fact, you will have a bad experience, and you don't want your health to be the bad experience, right? So really find time to find a client that would accept a part-time VA, and there's a lot of companies, a lot of clients is looking for that. And there's a lot of people who's also asking me, do you think it's offensive for the client na you can only work part-time? My personal thought of that is no, because number one, working with a lot of clients for the past 4 to 5 years that I've been working as a virtual assistant, they even appreciate you being honest with them that, hey, I can only work for part-time because I am currently employed, and this is the set of schedule I have for my full-time job, and this is my schedule for you. It gives them a lot of a good impression about you, that you respect them, and it's not just about the money that you can gain for them, reason why you want to work with them, but really you have a lot of time for them to work with them, if you know what I mean. And second, most of them started like that. You know, they have a full-time job because they have basic needs to support, and they just dream about starting their own business. So they respect that. I have 4 to 5 clients in my experience that even told me that, hey Julie, you know, it was really good to hear that you're really honest with me, that you're working part-time because you have a full-time job. Matter of fact, I started like that too, so I support that. So okay, mahihiyang sabihin yun, and I think it builds a lot of integrity to your client and a good relationship as you move forward. Lumalakas yung ulan, guys. Nandito ako sa terrace namin. So if you hear the rain, enjoy it. Dahil walang mag-e-edit nito. So to continue my story, squad, I have been a VA for a couple of years, and pandemic hits. Right, I have decided to quit my corporate job March of 2020 just because I have met 3 of my goals, and ito yung mga 3 signs na ready na ako personally to quit my corporate job and switch to freelancing full-time. So number 1, my goal is to compensate the same level of amount I am getting to my corporate employment to my freelance career. So hanggat hindi ko na-meet yung amount na kinikita ko full-time sa aking part-time, and if it's even possible, hindi ako mag-resign kasi papahirapan ko yung sarili ko. Like we have bills to pay in our family. I have decided to be responsible with those. I was not assigned nor forced by my family, FYI. But hindi ko kaya. So, hinintay ko munang mag-stabilize ang aking income bago ako nag-decide mag full-time. Pangalawa, I have gained skills, right? The good thing about me, and I'm very proud of saying this, is that I'm a true believer that I don't know everything. And it humbles me when I remember my freelance days, yung mga starter days ko, kasi hindi porket ikaw ay someone in the corporate, someone ka din sa freelance. Isa sa mga gusto kong i-share sa inyo is yung i-realize nyo na mag-start kayo from number 1 and be extremely okay with it. I find it hard to start from 0 again, but reflecting, it's the beautiful thing that I have done in my life. That I humble myself to learn from other people, and I remove the thinking that I am someone in the corporate. I have been a leader. I have been managing hundreds, in fact thousands of people in the corporate world, dapat someone din ako sa freelance. So I removed that kind of thought and really humble myself that I am a novice and I have to learn, and it helped me to meet a lot of people. It helped me to invest in myself. I pay money for someone to train me. I pay money and time. I invest time to watch free courses. And there's tons of courses and things that I watch paid and free, and I'm gonna share that to you too. But really invest in yourself, investing money, investing time. It's very important, and you will soon get the fruit of all of those investments you will give to yourself. Good investments, by the way. Number 3 is I didn't get really an approval from my family. In fact, ang unang-una nilang sinabi is wala lang kaming HMO. Kasi di ba pag nasa BPO ka, meron kasing HMO. Sa company namin before, bali 4 kami may HMO. Nasagot nila. So, mawawala yun. And I have to have funds to secure that if I wanted to switch to freelancing. So, I'm gonna do a different vlog about that. But fast forward, 2020, I started working full-time. I was unemployed for 2 months. Let me just say that kasi yung kaisa-isang client ko that I was working part-time, we have to pause our services, or my services with her, just because it's COVID and she's afraid that she cannot maintain the income in her business. She's a coach, by the way. So I have to find a job, and I work full-time. After investing money, I use my savings to invest to courses, and I'm gonna share that to you in a different video. I'm so happy that I was able to land 3 clients, 1 full-time, 2 part-time, Australian based, so which means it's working in the morning, and I became a social media manager. So from general VA for 2 years / social media manager to social media manager, an OBM or online business manager, and then a chatbot builder, which is my high ticket niche of all time. And that inspires me to really go back to my passion of teaching, and that's why I built the academy. Ganon. So, and now I get to train people. So an experience of working with a coach, and I wouldn't say self-made skills for facilitating and training, because I have to work myself out for 10 years of learning it. And isa sa mga background ko sa corporate is the training and performance improvement. I use that skill, and I just love teaching. I love talking. I love inspiring people. I love telling you things, and I want to see people doing things and improves their life. That's really what I want to do, and that inspires me to build the academy. It helped me to create a dream business of mine, which is teaching people and facilitating. So it's a paid course that I do. People enroll to my program, and I train them intensively via remote Zoom for a month, and coaching for a year or 12 months. I'm so happy that I get to engage with amazing people, say hello to #V squads, and I thought of continuing the mission to create 10,000 freelancers and help them to really get to the freelance career that they wanted to be. Reason why I built another business called Virtual Media Philippines. It's a marketing agency, but I dream about expanding it to becoming a virtual assistant, remote staffing company, hopefully this 2023. And that's how I started my journey in freelancing. So this is a long video, but I really hope that it inspires you to start your career as a virtual assistant. You don't have to be perfect in speaking in English. You can learn as you go, and I'm gonna share a lot of videos and vlogs about it. But really find discipline to yourself and ask yourself as to why you want to do it as a good reason, and really humble yourself to learn from other people. I'm running out of battery, so I'm cutting this video now. I'll see you guys. If you like this video, please drop a heart and share this video. If you want me to do a lot of contents around virtual assistant, help me, and drop your questions in the comment section. Until next time, always remember to be confident, be inspired, be academy, lots of love. Have an amazing day. Bye guys, I'll see you on our next vlog.